You'll find it as a blueprint for what research priorities and what research fields to work in the desks of many researchers around the world who use it still today as this is what we should do in this area. This is what the gaps are in this area. And so it's a wonderful resource with lots of references in it to other material. The punchlines out of this that I'll get into detail is the sun is a singular solution to our energy needs. It is singular because many people don't realize just how much energy there is in that nuclear fusion reactor placed a safe 93 million miles away from us. In fact, more energy from the sun in 1 hour hits the Earth than all the energy consumed on our planet in an entire year. Nothing else comes close. It's free of greenhouse gases and pollutants. Everybody has a chunk of it, enough in principle to power any foreseeable future human-based energy economy for ever, basically. But there's an enormous gap between what we do now with it, our tiny use of it, which I'll tell you about, and what its potential would be. And it was the sense of this workshop that incremental advances would not be sufficient to bridge this gap. That we had to learn how to do things, some things that we simply don't know how to do now. For instance, store massive quantities of sunlight if we're to make a true energy system out of it, because my mantra is, he that cannot store shall not have power after 4. And the sun has this nasty little habit. Locally, it goes out every single night. We have to deal with that. And so we need, as well as scaling up the existing, now money-making solar industry, to also, in parallel with that, do some research to address things that we simply don't know how to do now. In addition, that research is interdisciplinary, and it's an area prime for where basic research and applied science should couple, because after all, basic research in this area is only useful if it actually leads eventually to something that makes energy for somebody and delivers it to them, if it's to be meaningful. Let me now go into more depth on those, and in this brief introductory thing, just give you a feeling for what the numbers behind those statements were. In barrels of oil equivalent and cubic feet of natural gas, put all those units into one common unit, take all the joules of energy consumed in a year, divide by the number